have fallen. They're ready for a snow day.
Yeah, if anyone's happy about the snow, it's certainly the folks up at Over Mountain. Our entire morning team on weather coverage. We've got Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley, of course, keeping an eye on what's to come.
And of course, we're keeping an eye on the road conditions just in case you do actually have to be out. Our Jared Austin is over in Cumberland County where several inches of snow is expected. Our Kristen Allen is in West Knoxville showing what you can expect on the roads. We'll get to them shortly.
And right now we do want to get right to Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley with that first alert forecast. She told us about it all week long, all last week. It is here. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, guys. As we continue to monitor what is batches of snow. I mean, even on this loop here, you can see where we had some scattered snow and then this batch lifting back up. It is not as uniform in the southern valley. It's a little bit lighter in how much we've had so far. Thanks to Daryl Blackburn for sharing this from Lenoir City. I love hearing from different counties, different points of view in our area. In Lenoir City right now, you're starting to get some of that snowfall again. So keep the photos coming. Conversation happening on my Facebook page. Share your views from the WVLT First Alert Weather app. You can see from that Ober camera they showed you a moment ago some of that light snowfall, but notice it's that deep purple on the radar. Again, that's where some of this is being lost to evaporation because even a small difference in temperature, where it's been very cold, blanketed from the plateau to the Tennessee-Kentucky line, you've had some good light snowfall, meaning it's drier, but guess what? It just piles up easier. So there's been a lot more of it that has made it to the ground and has been adding up from Crossville to Middlesboro to McCreary County. That's where I'm getting reports in from folks on my Facebook pages. 24 right now, Middlesboro, 17 Jamestown, 21 Crossville, 26 Oak Ridge to 28 in Knoxville. But these snow showers coming back up, and that's going to help to pump out some more light to moderate snowfall at times the next several hours. But notice we're now back up in coverage, and we're going to stay there. So that means at times visibility can drop in some of those heavier bands. That means through this afternoon to evening, conditions can change from 1 hour to the next, and they can change big time from one corner of our area to the next. So I'm going to show you how much more snow is headed your way coming up in your first alert forecast.
Heather, thanks. Getting a look at your first alert traffic. You can see the snow that Heather is tracking for you falling on Rockwood Mountain right now. This is a live look over the interstate in this area in Roane County. You can see the flurries flying, and you can see the slick spots in the shoulder of the interstate. You want to use extreme caution as you head out the door. If you do have to drive this morning, keep your distance and make sure you're clearing your car off of all of that snow that may have fallen overnight in this morning. This is a live look in downtown Knoxville, I-40 and Hall of Fame Drive. A reminder that the interstates, they're getting the most attention from TDOT and those crews out there. So those back roads are really your main concern. If you can get to an interstate, it's going to be a better situation for you. Seeing some slowdowns on I-75, especially through Campbell County, where it's especially treacherous over Jellicoe Mountain. So we just hope everybody stays safe out there.
And on this WVLT First Alert Weather Day, our tour of our entire area to see what's going on. We start with our Jared Austin. He's live in Cumberland County this morning. And just the scenes, I just poked my head outside. Snow on the ground here in Knoxville, of course, but nothing like the view there in Cumberland County. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, the snow has picked up again once a little bit here. We are seeing a little bit more of those bigger flakes, but we do want to show you some of the roads. I actually just saw TDOT put salt down on the road for the first time this morning since we've been out here. We'll see how drivers are doing with this. A lot more slow going like we've seen most of the morning. Some people were spinning their tires trying to get going, but when it's a little slick out here, folks, that's going to be very hard to do. That's why it's very important to do this a little bit slower. You can probably see a person at the bottom of the mountain there going nice and slow for us, just making sure they're staying safe. In Cumberland County, EMA is expecting anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of snow. I'd say we've probably gotten close to an inch and a half in our area. We are expecting a little more snow in our area. We are also seeing cars who haven't left parking lots yet. Got a lot of snow on top of them. People have been pulling into the Hardee's right next to us, going a little slower, just getting some food ready to go out there. But people, just stay safe out here. That's the best thing. If you don't want to leave your house or don't feel comfortable leaving your house today, you don't have to go. Officials are saying just stay inside. If you have to go out, again, make sure you're staying safe. Clear off the windshield, the top of your car. You don't want that snow blowing anywhere like that. Make sure you're staying safe on these roads, guys.
Jared Austin, thank you so much. It's roads like the one behind you that we're especially worried about. We are seeing some better coverage of that cleanup over here in West Knoxville. We want to get over to our traffic reporter, Kristen Allen. And Kristen, the snow really is falling where you are too.
Yeah, it was kind of quiet here for a while, and then all of a sudden it was like a snap happened, and we're starting to see these big snowflakes fall now. But here on Kingston Pike, we are just off Kingston Pike in West Knoxville this morning. It's looking pretty good. It's actually nice and quiet out there. A lot of folks staying home, and of course the holiday today keeping folks off work today. So that's some good news when it comes to the weather. But we are seeing a few close calls off of Paper Mill Drive coming on to Kingston Pike this morning. I have my photographer pan over to my right. It's the side streets that are really going to be causing folks problems if you are deciding to get out and about this morning. You can see a little bit of the slush here on Wesley Lane as you're getting on to Kingston Pike. Now, we've watched several folks come flying down this hill throughout the morning and really have a hard time getting stopped at that red light because of those patches of slush and ice. So be on the lookout for that as you do head out this morning. But again, we are starting to see that snow fall again here in West Knoxville. I'm having to wipe it off my face after we were seeing just some quiet views this morning. So certainly something to keep in mind as you are stepping out the door this morning. If you have to go out, again, if you don't have to go out, stay at home. Definitely a good call to make this morning, as those back roads are really going to be what causes you problems as you are stepping out the door. But your interstates are looking great. We've seen TDOT go by a few times out on 40 here in West Knoxville, so those roads are treated. But Kingston Pike, it's been a minute since we've seen the city crews go by and treat this road, so beware of that refreeze as you are headed out the door.
Yeah, all hands on deck when it comes to TDOT, that's for sure. Kristen, stay warm out there, stay safe. We'll check back in with Jared and Kristen coming up at the top of the half hour. We'll get another check of that first alert forecast in just a couple of minutes. Kristen, thanks. It is 8:06, and a reminder, agencies across Tennessee, they are ready for this weather. And as the storm progresses today, the Knoxville Fire Department says it's planning on activating its in-person emergency operations center. That's just to better coordinate any needed response to the community. It'll also ready quick response vehicle teams if there is an emergency. In Sevier County, the emergency agency is implementing its winter weather plan. Now, when it comes to shoveling snow, we're all going to have to be doing this at some point this week. It could put you at risk of getting hurt. Here's some advice from a doctor just to make sure everything goes smoothly. First, make sure you have a good pair of boots with some grip on the bottom to avoid slipping and falling. Make sure you're wearing a hat, gloves, covering your skin, protect yourself from even